We're gonna do it from Jump Shots from the Goal Line Pod. I think that's what it's called.
All right.
Yeah,
All right. You can send it to me on live and I could go live from Sunday Politics. I think it'll work.
cool. All right, we're gonna go live right now. All right, I'm gonna run the video real quick. Yo, welcome everybody. Welcome to Jump Shots from the Goal Line. I'm your host, Jonathan Dugan, with my co-host, John Henningsen. We got a special guest today. We
Yes,
got
indeed.
Mr. Hunter Echols, former USC Trojan, former Arizona Wildcat. My man's been in multiple locker rooms. He knows what goes on behind the scenes. Now he's got his Instagram page, Sunday Politic, where he's spilling all the tea, giving his opinions on all of it. I mean, you've gone over Nick Saban, you've gone over, Kalen DeBoer, UW, Arizona. Nobody's off limits with you, right, man?
Nah, nobody off limits. I politic everything. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, hey, that's what initially attracted me to reach out to you, right? Is because it just seems to me like you have an opinion on everything. Like I said, you have so much good background knowledge. I mean, you were 4 years at USC, you were a year at Arizona. Like I just got done telling you off air, I feel like you were a huge part of the culture change in the Arizona Wildcat locker room to
Mhm.
where last year they made the freaking Alamo Bowl and won the whole thing. I think you play a huge part in that. Would you say so?
Yeah, I would say so. I say I influenced like a lot of people to at least like look at Arizona and give AZ a shot, you know.
Yeah.
And then obviously the success of the players and like their season that they just had, but no discredit to them. But I just feel like, me and the guys that was on that Arizona 22 team, and even some of those guys that's on that Arizona 2021 team, kind of who got it going, got the ball rolling, because I seen what Coach Fisch did, and I seen his attitude when I was coming in. They were like just finishing off like a 1-11 season, and then
Yeah.
yeah, and then like he still got guys like me to come in there and transfer from USC and go play for him. So credit to Coach Fisch though too, but I do feel like I had like a little something to do with like people wanting to be a part of the Wildcats.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, you're a huge Johnny Nansen guy, right? Like, he
Oh yeah,
was
I'm all the way Johnny Nansen. Yeah, man. Yeah, all the way for sure.
he was your position coach at SC, right? So when he came over to U of A to be the defensive coordinator, was that one of the biggest reasons you came over?
Um, it was for sure like a super big reason, but
Uh,
also just like Coach Fish too. Like, Coach Fish is a good guy, and like I could tell like he was serious. He wasn't like, and like I like Coach Fish just because he's real, bro. Like a lot of these coaches, they say they're faith family, and they're like it's all like a lot of like a
yeah.
little facade they have to play because they have a job, but Fish is just gonna keep it to you real, bro. He's not gonna lie to you. Like Coach Fish is like the realest coach I've ever played for is Coach Fish. Like so. I fuck
Okay.
with Coach Fish.
So that kind of leads into our conversation today, right?
Mhm.
Because a lot of the players do mess with Coach Fish, right? Like,
Yeah,
a lot of them speak very highly of him.
yeah,
But since he left to go to UW, it's been kind of looked at the other way, right? Like, a lot of
yeah,
the Arizona Wildcat fans, some of the boosters, like Humberto Lopez came out today and said, "Hey, I shook Jed Fish's hand, told him I'd get him what he wanted." He said, "We got a deal," and then the next day he left. So a lot of people outside of the program don't share that viewpoint of it. Do you have any idea, like, what the difference is, the man of Jed Fish and like the coach Jed Fish? Do you think there is like a huge difference, or was he just going after what he should have been going after in the first place? That 7 million that UW gave him.
yeah, bro. I don't know why anybody mad at Coach Fish, bro. If you really look at it, like, be honest. Like, so if you were split, right? Say your parents were split, and your mom was like, "Son, live with me for $100," and then your
Yeah,
dad said, "Son, live with me for $300." Who are you gonna live with? Probably gonna live with dad. You still love mom. You love mama though. You still gonna go
yeah,
visit her, go get some food. But at the end of the day, money talks, bro. And Coach Fish is a great guy. It's not like he's just an asshole and up and leave. But at the end of the day, that's what college football is turning into. That's what it is. The,
yeah.
the players can do it, and it's kind of like you get mad at them for a little bit, and it goes away, And then that's all it is. You gonna they mad at Coach Fish right now, but it'll go away. You can't blame them though. what he's doing, not only for himself, it'll be selfish if he just left, and then left that staff there and let them fall apart. But he brought his guys with him. He might, it sucks to say this, but he might bring some players with him too. But he's doing it with like good intentions, good heart. He's putting his staff on, right? So not only is he getting a pay raise, but I'm pretty sure Coach KC is going to get one, Coach Kafusi, guys who are trying to build up in the ranks. And also that's going to help them too, because it's like Coach Kafusi is a guy who I know personally. I know Coach Kafusi wants to be a defensive coordinator. Personally, I know that. Probably even a head coach one day, right? So you do it at Washington, you build your resume at Washington. Arizona's a great school, and they built Arizona and won an Alamo Bowl. Now they're going to do it at Washington and try to go win a college football playoffs. So I know I get it. I understand why people mad at Coach Fisch. But come on, man.
I think at the end of the day, and Henny, you can chime in on this too. For me, at least, like I told you, like we cover all sports. So like people chasing a bag, I totally get it. That's why you're in this environment, right? That's why you take this profession, is because you want to do what you love. You want to do it at the highest level, and you want to make a fuck ton of money doing it. Like, frankly, right?
For sure.
I think the biggest thing for people is just the optics of it, right? Like if I'm Coach Fisch, like why am I telling boosters literally 12 hours before, like, hey, I'm sticking around, I'm good, whatever. And I'm sure like the Arizona Board of Regents probably played a huge part in this, and like the whole like 200 whatever million dollars that just suddenly goes missing and not being able to sign off on that contract probably plays a huge part in it. But like I think that's why most people have a problem with it, is just like, bro, like stand on your word and don't leave then. But the other part of me is like, well, shit, like the best deal we were going to get, Coach Fisch, I think I saw was like $5.5 million, and UW came in with $7 million, a bigger pool for his assistants, a shit ton of NIL money, which is massive nowadays. So Arizona probably was just never going to be able to compete with that, right?
Yeah, honestly, it sucks though. It sucks, right? Like we love Coach Fisch, we love what he did for the program, and he got Tucson bought in. Like,
yeah,
me personally, when I was at USC, we'll go play Arizona. The games, oh my god, no one's really there, right? When I was there in 2022, we're like, we're like selling out games. We sold out North Dakota State game. I've never been a part of a game like that. Like
right.
the closest thing to that was like USC Texas at the Coliseum in 2017. Me playing at Arizona and Tucson when we played North Dakota State, I was like, okay, this one I really knew Coach Fisch was doing big things with the program, and we weren't a 10-3 Alamo Bowl winning team. We didn't even make a bowl game,
Yeah.
So I get why people was mad. Like I get he brought a lot of good things to the program, and I get he might have told us like, hey, I'm gonna stay. Either way it goes, whatever he said was gonna hurt. If he would have told everybody right then and there, hey, I'm leaving, oh my god, that hurts too.
That hurts recruiting too.
I mean, but look, people say like it's not fair to the players. It's not fair. So players could leave though. That's the thing. Players could get up and leave. So a player could commit to him, and in 1 year don't like it. He's not getting NIL, then he leaves. So it doesn't matter. Like the game is like that now. That's just what it is. College football is going down that path of that, where it's not going to be like when I was coming into college, kids were sitting and waiting their turn. Like that was getting taught to kids, like sit and wait. You might not play as a freshman, and we took it and we embraced it. Not all of us played right away, but we sat there and we fought. Now kids are not doing that, and why would they? Why would I sit at this school and not play when this school is offering me $100,000 to come play? And same thing with coaches. Why be at this school? I love the school, and I honestly do want to stay. I love the environment, but this is just a better opportunity, and I do want to compete for a national championship. This school has a resume of at least being in the college football playoffs, winning Pac-12 championships, winning their conference. Let's go do it. And on top of that, let's help my staff out. So y'all gotta give Coach Fisch a break. Not y'all, but like people, all the fans watching, anybody watching, just give Coach Fisch a little break. I understand, and I will be hurt too, but it's business is business. So
I'll say that for me, I've left other jobs for more money. I know what that's like. It's, like I've done it, and it's fine. And it feels pretty good to get paid more. So I really didn't spend a lot of time worried about that. I'm kind of like, hey, whatever. Like, you got to move on next up. But I do want to ask you, because I do think it's interesting that you mentioned, Hunter, like the freedom of movement for players is like actually a thing now. Do you think it's like far enough to a point where it's fair is fair? Like, because I mean, like the coaches moving, what always bothered me was when a player was still restricted. Like to me, like once it's all opened up and if fair is fair, then like, hey, as long as everybody else can move and the players have that ability, I've always been, you know, a proponent of that. Do you feel like it's in a good place? Because you've actually sat in that seat now, and I still kind of wonder, like, you know, is it enough, or you know, are the rules still restrictive in some way, or do you think like, hey, we're in a good place now?
I think we're in a good place. So like at first I didn't like the transfer rule. Like if you already transferred, you had to sit out. So now I think is you get like you're allowed 2 transfers, regardless of degree or not. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the case. Regardless if you have your degree or not, you can transfer twice. On the third one, that's like okay, now you can't like you have to sit out.
Yeah, unless your
you're like
coach
a
leaves.
grad transfer. I think grad transfers pretty much have like if you have
Yeah.
eligibility, I think you're pretty much eligible to go anywhere and play right away. And I think it's at a good spot. And even if it is kind of still going to have some battles, like everything's going to have some type of like, you know, trickery to it. I think college football right now, though, and like with the transfer portal and with kids being able to leave and coaches being able to leave, I think it's pretty much fair. It sucks, but it's fair at least, you know.
It sucks to the fans for sure. You know,
for sure.
Like we don't transfer. You know what I mean?
No.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I supported U of A when we went 20 games without, you know, winning a game, and I cheered just as loud for a shitty touchdown as I did in Alamo Bowl. You know what I mean? But you know, that's the life of a fan. And Henny and I both agree. Like at the end of the day, like the freedom movement is huge. Like y'all deserve that. You guys have deserved that for a long time. Like if your coach leaves, why the hell should you stay? Right? And you said as much on your own, you know, your own Instagram, like with a few of the U of A players, like you go in depth about who you think should leave and who should stay, right? People like Jonah Coleman, who should be going up to Washington today, I think, on a visit. Go look, bro. Like, go see how much they're willing to, you know, pony up. Like, let's see how much they're going to pay you. My question for you, though, UW just went to the national championship game. Incredible team, like lights out, made the Pac-12 proud. I rooted for them for sure. They just lost, I think, like 22 players, right? Either to graduation, going to the draft, some transferred after DeBoer left. That roster is pretty depleted. Do you actually think the cats that could leave from U of A, if they go to Washington, are they going to a better situation, especially going to the Big Ten?
So I would say this. Washington, it depends on, I think it's position based, right? Washington is known for a lot of things. They're known for defense. They're known for great coaching. And they're known for, I would say, maybe some running back and like some receiver combo, right?
Yeah,
John Ross type guys. You know, I know for sure defense. I studied like UW's defense a lot. Back in like 2015, they had a guy on the edge named like Travis Feeney or something like that. Tall, lengthy guy. I liked his game. They had all the corners. The Sydney kid. They had Kevin King. You know, they're a great defensive school, right? If you're a defender out of the University of Arizona right now, you're transferring, I go to UW. If I'm Bobo, Takario Davis, you guys might know him by that. We call him Bobo.
No, I caught on.
Okay, Bobo. If I'm Bobo, I'm going to go be a first round corner. Look just like Kevin King. You know, go. If I'm Efi as well, Ephesians price tag, I go to UW as well. It just like it sucks, but you know, it is what it is. The proof is in the pudding. You'll probably go first round going to UW easy as far as cornerback type play. I don't know though. Like it's hard to say. Like, you know, you could transfer to UW and it might be like not an ideal situation. You know, going from the Pac-12 to the Big Ten, and a lot of those players are still young, but they got good coaches, man. Coach Fisch and those guys over there are great guys, and they'll be all right. No, like really, no matter what. I don't think it would be like no real drop off. Like a Jonah Coleman going to Washington, that'll boost his stock. A Noah Fafita, T-Mac going to Washington. That now we're probably talking like Heisman, you know, Biletnikoff, but it sucks. It really sucks. And that's the truth. Like Arizona fans, I'm so Arizona. Like I'm pro Arizona, but that's just the truth. And
you don't think they can do that in the Big 12?
Like, that's the pitch too, though. Don't get me wrong. Like that's what's getting told to T-Mac. That's what's getting told to Jonah Coleman. Like, yeah, you can do it at Arizona for sure, but you do it over here. And that's honestly the truth. What T-Mac and Noah did at Arizona, they do that at USC. That's two different type of limelights. You know, that's two different type of, we're having two different conversations now. Noah might be a Heisman winner towards the back, like at least in the conversation towards the back end of the season, doing that at USC. At Arizona, it's big. It helps the program. It looks good for the program. But like, I hope y'all get what I'm trying to say. It might just be a little bigger at a different school.
Man.
Just
but
a different
like,
brand.
yeah, it's
We
just a
do
different
know,
brand.
though.
The
That's
brand
the
is
thing.
bigger,
It's
and with the brand comes more, it comes more stuff.
That's what's funny to me, though, to hear it is like it's the same conversation we have as fans, right? Like
Right.
you're saying, like, because like coaches change, players change. You're going, look, if you're DB at Washington, the look is different, the feel is different, which is interesting, right? Because we kind of like, I mean, I think we know that in our hearts, whatever, and then it's like all there. But it's funny to hear, like, no matter who the coach is, you're seeing the uniform, you're seeing that DB who's got prototypical size, who just looks different in a Washington uniform than an Arizona uniform is kind of what I'm hearing, which is crazy because, I'd like to think everybody's looking at the film. You know what I mean? I'd like to think that just see Honor Echols coming off the edge and like, hey, I think we could find a place to use it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little, I don't know, it's interesting.
So I'll give you this. When I was at USC, I was shit, right? I barely did anything. I was like, okay, I wouldn't say I was shit, but I just wasn't like who I was at Arizona. I was at least making plays at Arizona, getting sacks. But at SC, they gave me like a Senior Bowl. Like I was on the Senior Bowl watch list for the Reese's Senior Bowl. When I went to Arizona, that went out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect example. I think one of my friends, he went to USC with me. His name was Greg Johnson. His name is Greg Johnson. He was a 5-star. He committed to Arizona, right? And they dropped him down to a 4-star. And that happens to a lot of kids. Like, and that's just the reality of it. Like, I don't know why they made it like that. Like, Gronk came from Arizona.
Chris McAllister,
he's a 5-star everything.
But if you played small forward, you'd have been a 5-star U of A.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like if you flip it for basketball, if you'd have been a small forward, you'd have been a 5-star for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd have been an All-American. So
yeah, but they just I don't know. It's just a certain politic. It's certain stuff that like I don't know. It's hard to explain, but just like that big name, that big brand, that W it'll get guys there. For sure.
I'm so glad you bring that up though, because that's like a fan theory. I don't know if you know this, but like Arizona football fans have always thought that like the moment a kid commits to U of A, right? They're probably like on 247, like a 0.87 4-star. They then flip over to SC, to UCLA, whoever, right? All of a sudden, bro, they're a 5-star recruit, and you're like, what the shit happened?
Yeah, bro.
Like T-Mac's a perfect example, right? 5-star like throughout his entire like recruitment. All of a sudden, he commits to U of A, and on 247 or ESPN, whoever, he's a 4-star. And it's like, whoa, what the fuck happened?
It's like a bias thing, bro. It's and there's some guys who have one offer from USC, and they're automatically a 3-star just for that. Like, oh, he has a USC offer, 3-star him, easy. Bama offer, 4-star him. Like that's his only offer. Yes, Bama, 4-star. We'll figure him out later. And it's that reality. And sometimes they be missing, like. Perfect example, Drake London went to USC with me. He was a 3-star. Honestly, I did not know who Drake London was coming into USC. I heard he was a basketball player that could do like a 720 dunk. I didn't know who Drake London was. No discredit to his game, but he was a real beast though. And there's some guys that are like that, like who are undercover guys, you feel me, that are 3-stars just because they're going to USC. But he ended up actually being a guy, but that USC, that brand brought him up, gave him that 3-star, gave him like made people like have some attention to him. So I don't know. I just experienced it because I went to both schools. I've literally seen and know players who are in the NFL that went to USC and literally didn't do anything. They probably made a couple plays, but that brand of USC, he was taught at USC. Okay, we'll take him. So I know, like when you talk about kids in the portal leaving Arizona, that's the pitch all these schools are telling them, regardless of NIL. They're not even going to talk NIL. They're going to tell them this. When you come to Jonah Coleman, for example, he probably going to have every offer in the portal, right? He might have every offer. Every one of those schools, they're going to give him money. That's going to happen. The money's going to happen. But you get to come here to have an opportunity of a lifetime. You go to a SEC school and you do the same thing you just did at Arizona. You're going to the NFL. And you could do that same thing at Arizona and probably go like, undrafted. And it might be like, you might be in NFL, but it might be a harder time. That bias, some of these teams got like a bias with them, like I don't know how to explain it, but it's just.
I hear you.
You think that's something that can ever change though? Because like I know, like you were saying, right? Like the Reese's Senior Bowl stuff. Like you didn't get an invite once you came to Arizona. This
Yeah.
past year with Jed Fisch and everything, like I know that Cowing is going. I think McLaughlin, the tight end, is going. Do you think that's more so just because they had a really good year? I also will be the first to say that like Jed Fisch had like insane connections, like with the
Yeah.
NFL, right?
So honestly, it's Coach Fish connections. Not saying that those guys aren't good. I think
Right.
Jordan Morgan has a recent senior Imbo invite. He's for sure the guy that they invited,
Yeah.
regardless.
And he actually coached him.
Right. And
At
like
Miranda.
and whoever invited Jordan Morgan to the Senior Bowl, it didn't matter if I was the head coach of U of A. Jordan Morgan was going to get the invite.
Right.
But Coach Fish is a well-known guy, worked in NFL. Some of these NFL guys do other little like side quests and they make a bowl game, and that could have been Coach Fish's friend. So I think and maybe Cowan is a guy though who honestly I think earned it, but like maybe a Tanner, and Tanner's a beast. I love Tanner. He's the best tight end I've ever played with in college. Maybe he got, we squeeze him in though because we like Coach Fish. Yeah. But I don't know if it's gonna change though, bro. Like it's too biased. Like every year you're gonna have like the SEC is gonna start off with 6 teams ranked in the top 25, and the Big Ten might have 4 to 5 teams ranked in the top 25. It's just a bias. You go to USC, LSU, Oregon, Ohio State. Those 4 type of like that type of level. Those guys are going to the NFL. They play there.
Yeah.
Alabama, Florida. Those guys are going to the NFL. Everybody else, if you're good, we'll find you. Basically.
We see it every year, right? Like Notre Dame somehow makes the top 25 every year. They suck ass every year. Yeah, but it's just that old tradition, right?
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. I don't know if I agree with like Arizona could never be that way, because maybe
not
they
sure,
just have
for sure, not never. You can never say never, right?
While,
never
though.
say never.
Yeah, but your face said a lot. Your face is still funny. No.
You're like, I'll be wearing my
I would just still funny. No, I appreciate it. Like I want you to be honest, but so I want to ask you that like kind of in the flip, like just and like maybe it's just brainstorming. Maybe there is no answer that you even like, and that's okay too. If you are making a pitch and you're Arizona, like what is a pitch that would be appealing to you? Because like in my heart, or like what I would think, and I think what Brennan's play is and what Tucson's play is right now is like you can be special here. Like it's definitely not the same conversation that you're talking about, like next level. I think like for T-Mac, like next level, I think is a foregone conclusion. Yeah, like it doesn't matter.
One more year and he's up out of there.
Yeah, he's just gone. But like for the other guys, like for whether it's Noah, whether it's you name a guy, is there like something? Yeah, is there something special about? Or can you think about it at this age, honestly? And I can't even remember what it's like to be 20 anymore. But like, like, can you think long term, like, what if I'm special here in this town, no matter what happens, and then the rest we figure out later? Is there like even a pitch for that?
If I'm Arizona, if I'm Coach Brennan, I'm telling them, look, you could go somewhere else, right? For sure, you could go do this somewhere else. But why not do it here at Arizona, where you're going to forever be a legend? You can do it at Alabama, at LSU, at a USC, and play running back, Jonah Coleman. But SC got Reggie Bush and Lindale White and Marcus Allen, and the list goes on and on. Why not be that guy here? One of the first guys to ever do it. Or, like that would be my pitch. Because everybody really saying the same thing. And the recruiting angle and the dynamic of recruiting today is different. When I was getting recruited, that type of stuff mattered. Like, do you want to start? Do you want to be this guy? Do you want to go to NFL? How fast do you want to go to the NFL? We can make a plan for you. Like, that was the pitch getting told to kids coming out into college in 2017. Now it's all about money, bro. The pitch is money. A lot of kids are listening. Yeah. What are you paying me? $500K, $600K? I might stay. Oh, I can stay in Tucson for 500,000, 600,000, and it sounds bad. It sounds like, wow, they're making that much. They're getting offered that much. These kids are getting offered millions of dollars now to play. So if you don't have no money, the pitch ain't, it ain't really too much pitch you could do. But if kids really love the school and want to stick together like and that team does, I know those kids over there, Noah and T-Mac, they're not money driven. They're not kids who really are going to just leave the school because, oh, you guys gave me 300,000 and they're going to give me 600,000. Like, they're God first. They love their parents. They're very respectful young men. They honor, culture. They love culture, bro. They love feeling like camaraderie, being around the team, being around the family. They all come from big families and a lot of love, bro. So in order to get a guy like Noah T-Mac, you're gonna have to show that family type of atmosphere, show that you really care and love for them. And it's not all about money, but some of these players are going to be some like reality of it. Like we're going to lose some guys to money. If we can't pay some of these big boosters and teams, they're throwing money. They're going to throw money at some of our top guys. And if our top guys isn't looking for camaraderie and trying to stay with their team and build something special at AZ, then they're going to leave. But if they want to build something special and be in that facility forever and be a legend in Tucson forever, they stay.
So I got a couple things for you. So to like the uninitiated, so the people just sit on the couch on Saturdays and watch y'all ball out. Like, what is the transfer portal process like? I know it's a website. I know you put your name in, but how quickly do you start receiving calls and texts and all that stuff? And then with NIL, like, where does Arizona even sit with NIL? You've been in that building. Like, is it even close to like Washington? Like, how
don't get me wrong though. Now, look, if the city of Tucson is listening to this, city of Tucson, just donate, bro. Right? Yeah. We got some millionaires, probably. We probably got some billionaires. I don't know. I ain't been in Tucson that long. Donate. Get them kids paid. If you want this, and it's gonna make your money gonna come right back. Trust me. Trust me. We're gonna have players in there. We're gonna sell out games. We're gonna have elite like attention to Tucson. It was getting there, bro. I've seen people like really looking at it and like, what Arizona is making noise. But I don't know, like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, just like Tucson, if you can hear me, get these guys paid. Get them paid.
It's just not there yet, right? Like at this moment in time, probably not yet.
Probably not yet. Probably like for one or two guys. But look, honestly, look, when I was at U of A, I got some money. I got NIL, and it was good. I bought a car. I drive a Mercedes, so it was good enough for me to drive a Mercedes.
Yeah, that's Mercedes money, bro.
And it only gets better each and every year. It like right now in 2023, I know they're living good. Jonah Coleman and Manu and T-Mac and Efi and Bobo, like all the top guys on it, they're good. And even the guys that aren't top guys on the team, they're good. Trust me. But it just depends. Like for top guys in NIL right now and recruiting, the top guys like a Shador Sanders, a Travis Hunter, a T-Mac, a Noah, they're getting paid. And then the rest of the team for certain schools aren't getting paid. So people hear NIL and they think, oh, everybody's just getting money because the top best players get paid. At USC, I have friends at USC. I can tell you right now, Caleb Williams is paid. Kalen Bullock, number 7 in safety, he's paid. Now, is just a regular, probably backup starter guy paid? Nah. So NIL isn't just for, it's not really that competitive because not the whole team isn't getting paid, and that's sad, but it's the truth. Now they balance it with Caleb Williams gives the whole team a pair of Beats headphones. Coach Fisch can get an NIL for the whole Arizona team to get a pair of Bose headphones. That's how you even it out. So everybody still feel wanted and still feel like let's keep pushing for something. But NIL is like it's so broad, bro. Like the Arizona can compete though. The fans just donate. Don't get scared. Now, is it going to be a little competition when you try to outpay USC? Yes. Is it going to be a little competition trying to outpay Texas or Texas A&M? Yes, for sure. Yeah. But not everybody's getting paid, so it balances out like that. If that answers the question.
No, yeah, that was a great answer. So with the transfer portal though, like how does that work? Like how quickly do people get reached out to? What is that like? Is it crazy?
You put your name in like this database. So you go to like you go to like compliance, right? Tell them, hey, I want to enter the transfer portal. Okay, boom. You sign the paperwork. Right when you put your name in, they say like it takes like a day. So that once you put your name in, like you wait, you're nervous. But like the people who run the site and are constantly looking at it, they kind of get. I don't know how they even get the information, but some people be finding out like as soon as you put your name in, and they're not supposed to find out. But stuff happens. 2024. But so you put your name in a database, and once your name goes in a database, anyone can see and anyone can look. And there's people at colleges that look at it all day long and see who is what and who's in the portal. And then boom, it's Twitter DMs, it's phone calls, it's anything. Hi, is this Hunter Echols? Okay, well, this is Coach Woo from just want to get you on the phone with our head coach. We offered you a scholarship. How many years do you have left? one thing I do want to tell the kids watching, anybody watching that's a college football player, make sure you have your grades right. You know, a lot of people hit that portal with bad grades, and you can't just go to every school. Like, this isn't like you're coming out of high school. Out of high school, kind of, you know, finesse it, maybe just do good on the SAT or whatever. I don't even know if they're taking that anymore, but you just do good, you know, and maybe you can go to college. Like, transferring out of college, you know, there were some schools that couldn't offer me before I went to U of A because I didn't have like a 3.0 GPA trying to go into the grad school or, you know, stuff like that. Like, it just depends on who you are, or, you know, so. But the portal is pretty cool. I like it, honestly. But it's hit or miss depending on who you are. If you're a good player and you feel confident, bet on yourself and hit it. And there is some good players who hit it, and like me personally, I almost went to FAMU. I almost went to Florida A&M University.
Oh my God.
After USC. Yeah. Oh my God. I felt like that. Like, oh, we going to FAMU. And Coach Fisch
been out
by the great, like, you for me, just brought me back to life. So it could get tough though. You know, there's guys who done went from Alabama to Jackson State. So, you know, it's stuff like that. And then it's stuff like, you know, what the biggest thing with the portal is the year you left high school. You're an older guy hitting that portal. Some of them coaches that offered you when you was young, they aren't at them same schools. So you're not getting a big time offer anymore from LSU, Auburn. You know, those coaches probably went to a smaller school. You know, I had coaches that recruited me at USC. They coach at Montana State. Not to like discredit that school, but it's like it's a difference. You might, you know, Jaden Delore. Delore just went to Texas State. No knock to Texas State, but his staff that recruited him at Wazoo, they're at Texas State. So let's do that. You know, that's how the portal is though. Now it's kind of tricky. It really works for the younger guys fresh out. Like, oh, I'm a freshman. I thought I was gonna play right away at Bama. I'm out of here. It works. An older guy, not so much.
Yo, so we got a question through the chat, and I think you kind of already answered this a little bit if you want to elaborate. So somebody asked, how much of an impact do you think the current climate of college football will have on high school athletes? So probably like high school recruiting, right? Yeah. I think it, like you said, it just comes down to kind of like NIL, stuff like that. Or even if somebody enters the portal, right, in your position group, do you start looking at that school for instant opportunities and stuff like that then?
I think the portal is really hurting high school sports. Outside of the 5 stars, right? The guys who go to the Army All-American game and the Under Armour game, like a regular 3-star that probably could have snuck and got a little offer to UNLV or something. That's just like, that's not even happening. Like UNLV they're stealing guys from Michigan State, and like, you know, like, is the portal, like the portal is now the first option to look for new players instead of it being high school. Let's go recruit another class. Oh, we messed up with this class. Now coaches are mixing it with like 5 stars, 4 stars, and just some veterans from the portal. So that's the way college football is going. It's going with like a lot of, it's going to be like less high school players. I feel like classes are finna start going from 25. So you can sign 25 players. 15 of the players are going to be like portal transfer guys with like 2-3 years left. And then the next 10 of them would just be like some honest 5-star talent that we just have to take. But with that, it comes the camaraderie, like the brotherhood part that I was talking about. The reason why that Arizona football team was so close, they all came in together. You know, they're all young sophomores and juniors, and they remember, you know, recruiting, being on the same official visit. It's not going to work like that anymore. It's going to be a guy who learned somebody else's tradition, and now he's transferring in, and he's just like, I'm just here to go to the league. So that's gonna hurt football as far as where college football won't feel like college football no more. It's going to start to feel like the NFL.
With that in mind, do you think that players are going to start having to hire agents a lot sooner then?
I mean, already now they're going to have agents now with NIL. Like, how do you not have an agent helping you make a decision of going to Miami or staying at the Wazoo? Like Cam Ward, you know.
I saw you talking about him too on your Insta.
I was so mad when he declared at first, like, bro, what are you doing? But yeah, like Cam Ward, like, he has to have an agent at least, and not like an agent that's, you know, you're paying you, but you need to have someone that's going to be like your advisor, that's going to walk you through and help you take these steps in the portal or NIL, because it's tricky. It's real tricky.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. So why don't we do some real talk real quick? So I know you're pretty locked in with some of the guys in the Wildcat locker room, right? We got a lot of fans that are freaking shaking right now. Like you said, you know, Bobo leaving, whoever. Have you heard any rumors? Like anybody really locked in actually going to leave for sure?
It's like, I gotta ask.
I wouldn't say I've honest, and this is honestly, because I really talked to, like, I would tell you, I talked to Jonah Coleman, right? He's in the portal.
Yeah.
They honestly don't want to leave. They don't
Yeah.
want to leave. Like, them kids love Arizona. That's their team. They
Mhm.
love the town. I mean, a lot of them already getting paid. Like, like they may not be making millions, but this NIL stuff is so, like, but you're gonna go to the NFL. Like, you're not gonna be making the same little money anyway. So yeah, just
Yeah.
have fun. I mean, as long as they can buy their little chains and their little upgrade their
Did you?
cars
Yeah.
and put some lights on their car, they'll be all right. But
Were you messaging Jonah just to see if you could get KD's number, or what's up? You're just like, hey, I know he's just sitting like a couple seats down. I just wanted to know, like, maybe we can get to the next party, or yeah.
Yeah, he probably did. Knowing Jonah, he probably did for sure. But not like, honestly though, with all the kids that's from Arizona transferring, I hear nothing but positive stuff, especially like from Noah, T-Mac.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to them, but just talking to some of my friends that are on the team, they say nothing but positive stuff. Jonah's
Yeah.
taking his visit, of course. Right, I think he's
got
probably
to.
taking it today to UW, but
Mhm.
you got to weigh your options, and if Arizona's the best
Sure.
option, at the end of the day, we're going to stay because they love it. Their friends are there. It's just the coaching change, and that's just like it is a big hurt. It does hurt a little bit.
Look, at the end of the day, I think if you have a coaching change like that, you'd be stupid not to put your name in the portal, right? Because you can come back. Like there ain't no shame in your game. Come on back. But if you don't evaluate your options, like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, this is legal free agency now. Like, go see what your options are.
And honestly, if you don't think they're trying to pay our players, oh my God.
Oh,
We
for
have
sure.
some elite level talent at Arizona, and that's why it's so sad. We know it. The
Yep.
whole city of Tucson is like, look at these guys.
Why do you think they're freaking out?
Like, I know teams in the Pac-12 was like, my God, number 7 and 23 are both 6'3" at corner.
Yeah.
No way. No way. They go to Arizona, and they
Yeah.
were waiting. There's teams probably drooling out the mouth for Bobo and Efi, and that's just
Yeah.
the sad reality. Like, and they're gonna have to weigh their options. They probably wouldn't even weigh the options though if our coaches didn't leave. But that's life, bro. Everyone in life is doing something to progress, and if you're not, then you're wasting your time in life.
What have
guys
you
are
heard?
gonna do something like to progress, and if a job offered you guys like another job offered you guys a bigger opportunity, we're gonna take the opportunity. And it's sad, but it just is what it is.
Listen, right now, if ESPN's listening, I'll look at an offer. All right, 247. I'll look at your offer.
That Pat
all right?
McAfee slot's looking nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been sitting here stone faced, just like the other. Yeah.
So I know you were talking about Coach Brennan a little bit when the hire went out there, and I know you weren't necessarily a big fan of the hire initially. I'm sure that there was a part of you, like a lot of U of A fans, who were like, "Why don't you just bring in Johnny Nance and give him the team?" Right?
Yeah.
They didn't go that route. Now there's a rumor that he may come back as the DC. I doubt it. I mean, he's getting that Texas money. I don't think he's coming back. But
nah.
No. What are your thoughts? And be honest about Brent Brennan, about some of the staff that could potentially come out here, like Alonzo Carter, Ivy, a few of those guys.
So first, I want to say shout out to Coach. Right, congrats on getting the job, and I can tell from the way he talks, he's excited to be at Arizona. It's not just like a stepping stone for him. Like, this is like something that he wants to, like, it kind of reminds me of Coach Fisch when Coach Fisch first got the job. Like, it's just like it's energetic, it's fierce. Everybody coaches in a different style, so he might not say things like Coach Fisch is cool as Coach Fisch, as calm, as laid back as Coach Fisch, but he is a great coach, and he puts guys in the league. He just had like a 4th round D tackle come out of San Jose State and go to the Cowboys in like the 2023 draft. So he puts the staff together, and he'll do a great job. One of my friends play at San Jose State. His name is Chase Williams. He transferred from USC. He's like a corner safety for them, and he told me that he's a great guy, very energetic guy. He's gonna be fun for Arizona, and he got roots to Arizona. He's connected, so this means something for him. So I'm excited to see what he does with the program, and I know he's gonna continue to make it excel and recruit the guys that he needs, and he's not gonna make no excuses. If some guys leave, they leave. It's his job to recruit and get some guys in there. And if he listening and if he need help, trust me, I'm one of those guys that can do it. Especially the LA area, like, I can do it. So
yes,
we'll be all right.
How about some of the other staff there? You're a LA guy. Like, did you ever get approached by like some of the guys that could be potentially on that staff, like Derek Odom or anybody like that?
Nah, I mean, my connections with the staff was really with Coach Nansen. You know, he recruited me out of USC. My connection with Coach Nansen goes back since like way, way back. Like Coach Nansen really that's really my dog. Like he done brought my parents to USC and said, hey, he's fucking up. We're gonna get him right. You know, he really cares, right? That's my guy. You know, he's gonna make sure I'm solid. Coach RC, you know, the whole staff over there was Coach Kafusi. Like I love those guys, right? That was my connection. Like I was really planning to come back this year and be there already. But you know, they're going. So I haven't talked to nobody though. But if y'all seeing this, just hit me up, trust. I want to work in recruiting. I'm gonna get us right.
Would you go to UW?
I would go to UW. I wouldn't sit up here and lie. Shit, I'll go help Coach Fisch recruit. Hell yeah.
You'll be a GA? Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
I'll go do whatever, yeah. But I don't know. I want to be in Tucson though. Honestly, like for the weather, like I don't want to be in that rain and shit in Seattle. It rained too much for me. I don't like rain. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I can deal with Tucson's heat in a couple of days of rain during monsoon season, but
let me ask you, because you know, Arizona's kind of like known as a party school, right? Gronk famously talks about it. We both went to Arizona, so we know. What was that like for you? What was like just the overall vibes of Arizona like for you?
I ain't gonna lie, like, bro, Arizona's so lit. And the thing about it is, that's why I've been trying to tell people, like, y'all need to go to U of A. U of A so lit. And for me, I wouldn't like being in Tempe because, like, Scottsdale's lit, right?
Yeah.
But, like, it's no break if you go to ASU. Like, you don't have a break. I like Tucson. I can go to Tucson. I can run my little college town, be the guy, and then have a break and go to Scottsdale and be in like the high class stuff and be with some high class ladies or whatever. But like
that's an interesting
way. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know, like I can sit at ASU and be in it, but it's gonna get boring after a while. It's gonna start feeling like, oh, I'm bored of it. Tucson is the perfect, like I can light it up right here in my college town. And then we drive in an hour, you know, spring ball over. Coach said, protect the team. We finna have fun, man. Let's go protect the team. We in Scottsdale. Like, it's lit, though. Like, AZ, I went to USC, and USC is lit. It's a party school.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie. Arizona way more lit.
Did it surprise you when you came over?
Oh, it surprised me, bro. I was hearing nothing but, bro, you're gonna be in Tucson. The dirty tea. I'm like, wow, like, damn, all right. Like, my first day, like, as soon as I got off the airplane, it was lit. I swear to God. I met people. They was like, you just transferred from USC, huh? All right, come over here tonight. Like, I'm like, damn, all right. Like it was lit. It was really lit. Like, Arizona was lit. Like, it's more lit because it's like a college town. Like, it's not like they love you, bro. Like, they love U of A. It's bear down. You tell somebody bear down, they're gonna turn around, bear down. Ah, like it's crazy. So, I loved it. I thought it was so lit. Like,
hell yeah. Well, Henry, you got anything more for Hunter?
No, I just want to let our man talk about whatever you gotta. You know, I hear you making the push for a coaching position, but whatever else you got going on, you want to talk Sunday Politic. You want to. I saw your brother peeping in, trying to get his Twitch stream in here. So whatever you want to share, whatever you want to plug, we really appreciate your time. So the floor is yours.
All right, I just want to show y'all something real cool. Bow, bear down, Arizona. Shout out to everybody at Arizona. This is my real actual game helmet too.
Ooh.
But we cleaned it up so y'all don't see no hit marks. You feel me? But it's cool. All right, we cleaned it up. I was hitting people a little bit, getting some sacks. But bear down, Arizona. I really do want to come back and be a recruiter. I know I'm like a little like just a little crazy. Hey, can you close the door for me, please? My God,
he just really wants his Twitch stream.
Man, he's just gonna just come in every time like that. But bear down, Arizona. I do want to say though, like I want to help recruit, and I will. And to the fans that think I'm like jump shipped and like I'm all UW, I'm not all UW. I have no ties to UW other than Coach Fisch and the staff. I didn't play for UW, so I'm gonna support my guys. You know, I love Coach Fisch. I love all the guys on the staff, but I do want to be in Tucson. So if any coach is seeing this, come get your boy. And I'm for sure going to help us recruit. Like recruiting, I don't want to be a coach. I don't want to be telling people what to do because I wasn't the best at doing everything right. Or, I was having fun in college, right? I can't tell nobody shut up and do some up downs or go run. But I do want to be able to relate to the young kids today and be able to compete with these other schools and help Arizona get some kids. So bear down, Arizona. Appreciate y'all for giving me this time. And That's all.
Hey, and in the meantime, follow Hunter on
on
Instagram.
IG. Sunday Politic. That's my name. Sunday, like it's church on Sunday, and then Politic. And I talk about a lot of stuff. And follow my regular Instagram too, Hunter TYB. I talk about a lot of stuff. I talk about college football, and I don't keep it PG-13. I cuss a little bit, so y'all gonna have to deal with that a little
That's
bit.
fine.
It's
So
funny
do we.
though. It's good. Though. I don't be too crazy.
Awesome. Well, hey everybody. In the meantime, don't forget to hit that follow button. Follow us on IG, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. We're on all of it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button on Spotify, Apple, wherever. And hey, go ahead and follow our boy Hunter. And go Wildcats, go Trojans. Maybe I don't know if you still repping them.
Still fight on a little bit.
Hold on.
Yeah, he fights on a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you fight on.
I
don't
went there for a long time. Nah,
yeah.
I am fighting on. I be hating. I be popping it because they changing the tradition and they doing a little stuff that I don't like. And a lot of people that went to USC with me and alumni before me say the same thing, but they let me say it. They let me be the bad guy. They don't want to be the bad guy. So I'll be the bad guy. But I do love USC. Fight on forever. Y'all know the truth. And then shout out to the people who saved my life too. Arizona, we love y'all, man.
Sure. And hey, we did have one question really quick about where you can go ahead and donate. Desert Takeover. That's what it's called. That's the NIL collective for Arizona. Like Hunter said, if you want these players to stay, if you want to attract good players, just donate. I know I've looked into it. You can do a recurring charge. You can do pre-tax, post-tax, whatever. I will say the post-tax goes to the big dogs. Let them eat. So make sure you choose wisely. Other than that,
no T-Mac and Noah.
Yeah, exactly.
For that cash.
Yeah,
I help y'all out. I ain't got nothing like that, but I give you $50. I got something for you. Let's make them stay.
Yes, sir.
Let Hunter make his 10%. Just send it to him.
I got a little something. Look.
Yeah.
That's our Mercedes money, baby.
I was like, damn, I love my wallet.
I got a little something. Let's go get T-Mac, y'all. Come on. Let's keep going.
All right, Hunter. Well, you've been awesome, man. Again, follow Hunter on Sunday Politic. He's hilarious. That's why I brought him on the show. So, hey, man, thanks for your time, and we'll talk to you soon.
I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
Thank you. I appreciate you.